Hi, Tyrese, all the way in the back, Malika Andrews, ESPN. The only lead change of the entire game was your game winner, and they say one time is luck, 2 times is a habit, 3 times it's the truth. So what's the 4th time that you're able to take control of a game like that in the NBA Finals?
I don't know. I think we're just really resilient group. We just do a great job of just sticking in and just settling into the game. And through the course of the game, it kept getting, it felt like it could get ugly. It could, who knows where this game is heading. I thought we did a great job of just walking them down. When it gets to 15, you can panic, or you can talk about how do we get it to 10, how do we get it to 5, and from there. So, I think all series, that's what we've preached as a group is, when we get down big, let's just find a way to incrementally get it down. And it was at 15, and we got it to 8 pretty fast, and that gave us confidence. We kept getting stops, Miles and Andrew made big play after big play down the stretch. Miles got a wide open look on the wing, missed that one, but we just stuck with it. Andrew was huge down the stretch, and we got a big stop there, and they got a lot of confidence in me to make that shot. So I don't know what you say about it. I just know that this group is a resilient group, and we don't give up till it's zero on the clock. I had a pretty good idea. Yeah.
Over here on the right,
Tyrese. Rick mentioned that you guys huddled up during the challenge there and just basically said, we get a stop here, we're going to go. Just one, how much confidence and faith do you have in those situations to not necessarily need a timeout to stop? And then was that a spot on the floor that you sort of were trying to get to? We normally kind of see you go to that middle of the floor, lane there.
Yeah, I think our conversation was more of a hypothetical because we thought Pascal got fouled there. I was surprised there wasn't a call there. We didn't really know. With time on the clock, we saw a reset to 14 rather than a full shot clock. So at first we were talking about, do we trap twice and foul? And then we said, okay, there's difference on the clock. Let's just be solid, get a stop, and then rebound and run. And, Obi came up with it. I don't even know who came up with the rebound. I just know the ball ended up in Obi's hands, and then he passed it to me. So I thought we just did a great job of sticking with it and just, staying solid. In that situation, we had a couple dumb fouls. I had a couple dumb fouls there late in the 4th, sent him to the free throw line. But we just, showed our chest. We're solid. Had to get a big rebound there. That's a big rebound, especially with the guys on the court they have with Dort and Caruso crashing the glass. And, we got the rebound and just made a play on the offensive side. So, yeah, I'm obviously confident in my ability and feel like if I can get to, that spot, I feel very comfortable in there. Yeah, just, it's a shot I've worked on a million times, and I'll work on a million times more. So, yeah, we just have confidence in that shot.
First row on the left.
Ty, you guys turn it over 25 times. Shea goes for 38. This team is 36-1 in this building with a 15-point lead this year. Like, this is not the formula to win a game. And then some guys don't have these moments once in a lifetime. You've had 4 in 6 weeks. What is the secret sauce? Where is this coming from this group? And you can say you believe, and obviously you do, but it seems like the belief is much higher in this group than it is in probably a lot of other groups over the last few years.
Yeah, it's a great question. The secret sauce today was these, but no, I'm just playing. But I think as a group, like I've said many times, after you have a run like last year, and then you get swept in the Eastern Conference Finals, and all the conversation is about is how you don't belong there, and how you lucked out to get there, and that it was a fluke. Guys are going to be pissed off. We're going to spend the summer pissed off. And then you come into the year with all the talk around how it was a fluke. You have an unsuccessful first couple months, and now that's easy for everybody to clown you and talk about you in a negative way. And I think as a group, we take everything personal. Like as a group, it's not just me, it's everybody. I feel like that's the DNA of this group. And that's not just me, that's our coaching staff does a great job of making us aware of what's being said. Us as players, we talk about it in the locker room, we talk about it on the plane. We're a young team, so we probably spend more time on social media than we should. But I just think we do a great job of taking things personal. And that gives this group more confidence, And we turned things around in January, which you guys know, and we just stuck with it. And I'm really proud of this group, and we just all got each other's back at every point. Any negative thing that's said about anybody, we got full belief in each other. And so the more that's talked about, like right now we're whatever underdog that gives us more confidence as a group. We enjoy that, but there's still a lot of work to be done. This is an exciting time. Again, another big comeback, but there's a lot more work to do. That's just one game, and this is the best team in the NBA. And like you said, they don't lose often, so we expect them to respond, and we got to be prepared for that. We got a couple of days to watch film, see where we can get better. This game, if you look at all the numbers, it's not the recipe to win. We can't turn the ball over that much. We got to do a better job of beating gaps. Got to do a better job of rebounding. Got to do a better job all over the floor. But come May and June, it doesn't matter how you get them, just get them. So we'll take it. We'll enjoy this one tonight. But understand we got another game coming up in this tough building, and we got to be prepared for that. So, like I said, we're just a confident group. We got each other's back, and we'll give up to the clock at 0. I really don't have like the full answer. I can't tell you everything that. Yeah. So I said a lot of words, but I don't know if I said anything. But yeah, we stick with it.
All right, Vincent, first row on the left.
Right here, Tyrese. At what point tonight did you guys collectively believe that you could win this game? Was it when you were throwing the ball all over the place, but you weren't getting blown out? Was it early in the fourth quarter when you guys start to make a little bit of a run? What was the point where you were like, oh, this game is not just competitive, we can steal this game?
It's a good question. When I got off the bus, when I put on my shoes, there was never a disbelief as a group, honestly. You have a half like that where you're just throwing the ball to the other team, and we like chaos. We like controlled chaos, but that was just chaos, just ugly. But I think we as a group came and said, hey, we felt like we got like 20 turnovers in the first half. We only gave up, I don't even remember how many points. I think it was like 9. Yeah, that's not that bad. If you think of it that way, try to look at it glass half full. But I think as a group, like, we never think the game is over, ever. Honestly speaking, ever. Like, that never creeps in. I think we just keep talking as a group is how can we walk this team down. So it's at 12 going into halftime. We talk about if we can win 1 quarter by 6, 1 quarter by 7, we'll be in a great spot. We got it to a 6-point game at the end of this third quarter, and Shea hit a 3. But we liked where we were. And then they went on a big run to start the fourth, and we just say, okay, it's at 15, let's get it to 10. Well, we got it to 8, they called timeout. So we just stay with it. So this group never gives up. We never believe that the game is over until it hits 0, and that's just the God honest truth. That's just the confidence that we have as a group, and I think that's a big reason why this is going on.
Second row here on the right.
Tyrese, you guys, or your teammates, have extreme confidence in you with the game on the line because of what's happened the last couple of years. I wonder what your confidence is in Drew defensively in similar situations, guarding the MVP most of the time without much help the whole night, and you need to get a stop to have a chance to win the game.
Yeah, appreciate you for asking that question. I got the utmost confidence in him. We all do as a group. We have to. He's our guy. He's our guy. He's been our guy all year. If there wasn't the 65-game rule, he's an all-defensive guy, plain and simple. So we got the most trust in him. We'll keep Shea is the hardest guard in the NBA. He's the hardest guy to cover one-on-one in the NBA. So, there's no one look we can give him, that is going to be, that's going to work every time. But, we trust Drew in those situations. We're showing help as much as we can. But, he's doing a lot of the dirty work. He's done a lot of the dirty work for years now. And that's his calling card in this league. And he's an elite defender. So, Shea's not an easy cover by any means. But Drew is just doing an unbelievable job of, you got to understand, Shea makes a lot of tough shots, like a lot of tough shots. And you can't overreact to them. You just can't, because there's no way to live that way. I think if he's going to make those, you got to just get the ball out and go right back at him. So that's the way we look at it. And I thought Drew did a great job tonight. Aaron did a good job when Shep had to guard him. There's many situations where different guys are having to cover him. We're just trying to make it as tough as we can. The guy still finished with, what do you guys say, 38? Yeah. That's unbelievable. But I thought we just did a great job of showing bodies, and that starts with Drew and his persistence over 48 minutes. So, it's his calling card, and we got the utmost trust in him to get stops.
Last question, first row on the left.
You guys have been in crazy environments before your last series.
Yeah.
This was one of them, and it's the finals. Most of you guys haven't been in this position before. Did the moment lead to any jitters? Do you think that could have been part of the turnover situation?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I felt like I was a little jittery in the first quarter, getting off the ball quick, flying off ball screens with no real setup. I felt that myself, so I'll admit that I felt that way. So I'm sure other guys felt that way. I mean, this crowd is amazing. They're all standing up, doing claps and synchronized clapping to the beat before the game. I mean, this is an unbelievable crowd. It's the best crowd we've seen on the road all playoffs. And, it felt like it was just us in there, I mean, thankful for our organization for flying, our families out, and our full-time employees all got a chance to come. And I've been shown videos of them in the concourse, and I saw them on the upper level after the game. But out there, it's so loud in there. It really just feels like it's us in there, and we just do a great job of leaning on each other, understanding that this crowd and this environment is amazing. They love basketball here, similar to how it is in Indiana. And now that we've got a game under our belt, and I thought we did a great job of responding in the second half. We didn't turn the ball over as much in the second half. That's more of a recipe for success for us in the next game. So, that's going to be a big point of emphasis, when we watch films. How can we take care of the ball more, get more shots on the rim? That puts us in a better position to win. I mean, you have 25 turnovers. You usually don't win those games. The odds probably are really low. So we just got to stick with it, stay confident as a group, and, we'll look forward to game 2.
Thank you, Tyrese.
Appreciate it.